There's a profound ache many of us carry, a silent scream into the cosmos that seems to echo back only emptier silence. You pour your heart out, whisper your deepest desires, and send your most desperate pleas into the vast expanse, only to feel them dissipate like smoke. This feeling of being utterly alone, of having your spiritual signals received by no one, can be a chilling experience. It breeds a deep sense of isolation, a belief that if there is a divine presence, it's either indifferent or simply unaware of your existence, lost in the overwhelming scale of it all. But what if this void isn't empty at all? What if we're simply listening for the wrong kind of sound? We tend to equate communication with noise, with clear, articulate words delivered on a silver platter. When that doesn't happen, we assume nothing is happening. This misinterpretation is where the illusion of cosmic silence truly takes root. We mistake the absence of what we expect for the absence of anything at all. A fundamental misunderstanding of how the universe actually speaks. And real quick, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. Now let's keep going. The truth is, the universe is never silent. It's a symphony of constant, intricate communication. A rich tapestry woven with threads far more subtle than our earthly ears can typically perceive. It's not that the divine isn't responding, but rather that its language is one of rhythm, of pattern, of feeling, and of a profound, underlying order that we often overlook in our haste to hear a direct answer. To truly understand this, we must explore how these subtle signals manifest and why we so often miss them, leading us to the next layer of this cosmic conversation. Hermes Trismegistus, a figure veiled in the mists of antiquity, a being revered as Thoth by the ancient Egyptians, offered humanity profound insights into the very fabric of existence. His teachings weren't mere philosophical musings, they were blueprints for understanding the universe and our place within it. He spoke of fundamental laws, truths so deep they resonate through the ages, influencing how we perceive reality and the nature of our own consciousness. The Master's most guarded secret, the key to unlocking these universal truths, lay not in forceful inquiry or eloquent pronouncements, but in a state of pure receptivity. Hermes understood that true communication, the kind that bridges the gap between the material and the spiritual, isn't solely about sending out our own thoughts and desires. It's about becoming a perfectly tuned instrument, capable of receiving the subtle whispers of the cosmos. This requires a profound stillness, an internal quietude that allows the universe's inherent wisdom to flow in. This is not about what our ears can physically hear, the sounds that bombard us daily. The universe communicates on a frequency far beyond the audible range of our biology. It speaks to our deeper consciousness, to the silent knowing that lies beneath the surface of everyday thought. To attune ourselves to this divine dialogue, we must learn to listen with more than just our ears. By cultivating a different kind of awareness, this shift in perception is crucial, and it leads us to understand how we can begin to decipher these hidden messages. A journey that unlocks the next level of divine connection. Our journey into the profound wisdom of the ancients now brings us to the very bedrock of their philosophy, the first and most powerful of the Hermetic principles, mentalism. This principle states, with an almost startling simplicity, the all is mind. The universe is mental. It's a declaration that challenges our everyday perception, suggesting that our reality is not some solid, immutable structure of matter, but rather a vast, intricate thought. Imagine for a moment that everything you see, touch, and feel, every star in the sky, every atom dancing in the void, is nothing more than an idea, a manifestation of a singular, infinite consciousness. This isn't just poetic metaphor, it's the core of mentalism. Our perceived world, the physical universe we inhabit, is a projection, a grand mental construct born from the universal mind, often referred to as the All. This profound idea means that what we consider solid and real is, at its deepest level, pure thought. And if reality is thought, then our own minds become the architects of our individual experience. Our thoughts are not mere ephemeral wisps of consciousness, easily dismissed. No, they are the very building blocks, the raw material from which our perceived reality is formed. Each belief we hold, each desire we entertain, each fear we harbor, actively shapes the world we encounter, influencing every aspect of our lived experience. To truly hear the universe, then, is to learn to attune your own mind, your individual consciousness, to the grand design of the universal mind, discerning its silent directives. This profound alignment is the first step toward understanding. The very fabric of existence, the universe itself, is in a constant state of motion. Nothing is truly static, nothing ever truly rests. This is the essence of the principle of vibration, a fundamental truth that hums beneath all that we perceive. Everything from the smallest atom to the grandest galaxy vibrates at its own unique frequency, possessing its own distinct tone. Think of it as an endless symphony, each element playing its part in a cosmic dance of energy. This constant movement isn't random, it's a universal language, a form of communication that underlies all interaction. This energetic dance has a profound implication for us. Your own vibrational state, the unique frequency you emit based on your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, acts as your reply to the universe. It's like tuning a radio to a specific station. You broadcast what you are, and in turn, you attract what resonates with that signal. What you are ready to receive, what you are capable of perceiving, is dictated by the very frequency you embody in any given moment. It's a powerful feedback loop. To truly understand and harness this, we must learn to tune ourselves. By cultivating stillness, by quieting the incessant chatter of our own minds, we can effectively lower our mental vibration. This descent isn't about diminishing ourselves, but about becoming more receptive. A lower, calmer vibration makes us more sensitive to the subtle, higher frequencies of divine guidance, allowing us to perceive the wisdom that is constantly being broadcast. Understanding this connection between your inner state and the universe's hum is key to unlocking deeper truths. What appears as a stark divide is often just a spectrum. The principle of polarity reveals this hidden unity, showing us that what we perceive as opposites are simply different intensities of the same fundamental energy. Think of temperature, for instance. There's no absolute hot or cold in isolation. They're relative points on a single scale. Similarly, up and down only have meaning in relation to each other, two sides of the same directional coin. This fundamental duality is the universe's way of creating definition, of allowing us to distinguish and understand, but it can be deceiving. This constant push and pull, this dynamic interplay of forces, is how the universe speaks to us. It's a silent, constant negotiation between opposing energies, a subtle dance that reveals the underlying order. From light and shadow to joy and sorrow, these perceived opposites aren't in conflict, but are in a state of perpetual balance. Each polarity, in its extreme, points towards the other, creating a constant, vibrant tension that propels existence forward. To truly grasp the universe's responses, we must look beyond the surface conflict to see the unified source from which these apparent opposites emerge. In the quiet moments between the clamor of these opposing forces lies a profound truth. It's in the stillness that we can discern the equilibrium, the equidistant point between two extremes. This is the still point, a place of perfect balance and receptivity. Here, the noise of duality fades, and we can perceive the subtle, unified essence that connects all things. This understanding of balanced responses, found by seeking the still point amidst the dualities, is essential for truly deciphering the universe's silent language, preparing us to understand the nature of creation itself. This cosmic pulse, this universal pendulum, dictates the rhythm of all existence. Like the ocean's tide, everything in the universe experiences a cyclical movement, a constant swing between extremes. There is always a high point and a low point, a period of expansion and one of contraction. To witness this is to see life itself in motion, a grand, unfolding pattern that repeats endlessly. This inherent rhythm isn't a flaw, but the very mechanism by which the universe creates and reshapes itself. Understanding this principle of rhythm is like learning to surf. Instead of fighting against the powerful currents of life, we can learn to ride the waves. When we are at a peak, we can enjoy the momentum, knowing that it will eventually shift. And when we are in a trough, we can find solace in the knowledge that this too shall pass and the tide will turn. This acceptance of the ebb and flow, this conscious alignment with the universal rhythm, allows for a profound sense of peace and agency, even amidst apparent chaos. The key to discerning these cosmic tides lies in embracing the stillness. Consider the simple act of breathing. There is an inhale and then a pause, a moment of perfect stillness before the exhale. It is in these quiet interludes, these moments of suspended animation, that we can truly perceive the underlying rhythm. This stillness is not emptiness, but a fertile ground where the next phase of the cycle is quietly prepared. It's within this silence that we become attuned to the universe's deeper pulse, preparing us to explore a concept that governs not just motion, but the very act of change. The universe operates on a fundamental law, a ceaseless chain reaction that binds every moment to the next. The principle of cause and effect. This isn't some abstract philosophical notion, but the very engine of existence. Every ripple we send out, whether through a spoken word, a deliberate action, or even a fleeting, silent intention, inevitably returns to us. Think of it as cosmic accountability, a system where nothing truly vanishes but transforms and reappears. Within this grand exchange, there's a profound realization awaiting us. Your thoughts are the primary architects of your reality. Long before anything manifests in the physical world, it begins as a thought, a silent contemplation, a whispered desire. This inner landscape, so often overlooked or dismissed as mere mental chatter, is where the most potent causes are sown. It's in these quiet, unobserved moments that we are truly engaging in a universal dialogue, planting the seeds that will inevitably bloom into our lived experiences. When you hold a thought with deliberate, silent focus, you are not just thinking. You are actively planting a seed. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, receives this input and responds. Its reply is the manifestation of that seed, the tangible outcome of your focused intention. This silent dialogue, this planting and subsequent growth, is the very essence of how our inner world shapes the outer. A profound connection that leads us to consider how these seeds are specifically cultivated and what unexpected fruits they might bear. This intricate dance of cause and effect reveals an even deeper layer in creation, a duality that shapes everything we perceive and experience. It is the principle of gender. Now, before you imagine this relates to the biological distinctions we know, think on a grander, more universal scale. This principle speaks not of sex, but of the fundamental energies that permeate existence itself. The active, projecting force and the receptive, receiving force. These are the divine yin and yang, not as opposing extremes, but as essential complements. Every created thing, every interaction, every thought itself, carries this inherent polarity. One part reaches outward, initiating, projecting, while the other draws inward, absorbing, receiving. This universal interplay is the very heartbeat of creation, the silent conversation that brings forth all that is. To truly connect with this cosmic dialogue, we must cultivate the art of receptivity. This isn't passive waiting, but an active opening. A willingness to create space for the universe to pour its wisdom and guidance into us. It is in this state of divine receiving, this embrace of the feminine principle, that we become attuned to the subtle whispers that guide our path. A harmonious exchange with the cosmos, therefore, is a masterful balance. We must learn to consciously project our desires, our intentions, our very selves into the world, but equally, we must learn to still ourselves, to listen and to receive the universe's unfolding response. It is in this delicate equilibrium that true creation occurs. But what happens when these energies are out of balance, and how does this imbalance manifest in our lives? This universal dance of projection and reception, of outward action and inward grace, is deeply tied to a profound Hermetic principle. As above, so below. This idea suggests that the entire universe, from the grandest celestial structures to the smallest atomic particles, operates on the same fundamental laws. Your own inner world, therefore, is not separate from this cosmic blueprint. It's a miniature universe, a perfect mirror reflecting the grander order. This reflection isn't just conceptual, it's practical. The patterns you see unfolding in your external life, the challenges you face, the opportunities that arise, the relationships you cultivate, are direct echoes of what's happening within you. Your thoughts are like seeds, your feelings the soil, and your external experiences the harvest. By learning to observe your inner landscape, you begin to decode the silent, often hidden, language of the cosmos itself. When you cultivate internal stillness, when the constant chatter of the mind quiets, a remarkable clarity emerges. It's in this profound silence that the corresponding universal truths become not just visible, but undeniably understandable. The universe then speaks directly to you, not through booming pronouncements, but through the subtle insights that arise when your inner state aligns with the greater order. This connection, however, relies on a delicate internal balance. And when that balance is lost, the reflections become distorted, leading to confusion and a sense of being adrift. What happens to this reflected reality when the inner mirror is cracked? The Emerald Tablet, a legendary artifact whispered to hold the very blueprint of existence, offers a profound directive for navigating this intricate dance between the inner and outer worlds. Its enigmatic verses aren't merely a historical curiosity. They are a functional guide for achieving a state of cosmic unity. It lays bare the secrets of all things, not through complex equations, but through a profound understanding of interconnectedness. Within its cryptic passages lies the key to discerning the essential from the ephemeral. This ancient text speaks of a fundamental process, separating the subtle from the gross. Imagine sifting through the noise of daily life, the fleeting anxieties, the superficial desires, to find the pure, unwavering essence that lies beneath. This is the first step towards unlocking deeper truths. This separation is not an end in itself, but the prelude to reintegration. By understanding what is truly core, we can begin to weave it back into a cohesive whole, transforming our perception of reality. The tablet guides us towards a singular understanding, revealing that beneath all apparent diversity, a silent, unified field connects everything. This concept that all things are one is not just a philosophical notion, but a tangible pathway to enlightenment. Yet discerning the true nature of this unity is the ultimate challenge. The true journey, however, lies not just in discerning the one from the many, but in understanding how to experience that unity. This is where the practice of silence becomes not just a suggestion, but an essential, potent tool. We often see stillness as an absence, a void to be filled with more activity, more thought, more doing. But what if silence is actually a presence, a divine space waiting to be inhabited? Imagine stepping away from the relentless clamor of your own mind. The endless to-do lists, the constant hum of external distractions. This deliberate act of non-doing is where true power resides, a power that modern life has almost entirely taught us to ignore. This practiced quietude allows us to lift the veil that constantly obscures our perception. Our minds are like radios, perpetually tuned to 1,000 stations at once, most of them static and meaningless. This mental chatter, this constant stream of thoughts and anxieties, acts as a barrier between us and the deeper truths the universe is constantly whispering. We are so accustomed to this inner noise that we barely notice it. Yet it prevents us from hearing the subtle, profound messages that are crucial for our spiritual evolution. When we actively cultivate silence, however, we begin to tune into a different frequency. This profound stillness is not empty, it is pregnant with possibility. It's in these moments of deep quietude that we can begin to access what mystics have called the Akashic field, a cosmic library of all knowledge and experience. Imagine being able to tap into this boundless reservoir of wisdom, to hear the universe's gentle guidance directly, unadulterated by the cacophony of everyday existence. But to truly connect with this field, one must first learn to quiet the storms within. The illusion of separation is a powerful veil, convincing us we are isolated islands in a vast, indifferent ocean. But the truth is far more interconnected, far more profound. You are not a solitary passenger on this journey of existence. You are, in fact, consciousness experiencing itself through the intricate tapestry of a physical form. Every breath you take, every thought you think, every interaction you have is the universe unfolding, the divine playing through you. This recognition is the first step toward shedding the skin of perceived isolation. This shift in identity, from a passive observer to an active participant, is where genuine empowerment begins. It's the transition from merely thinking about life to realizing that your thoughts are not just internal dialogues. They are potent creative forces shaping your reality. When you truly grasp this, you move from being a mere thinker to becoming a conscious creator, understanding that the universe is not happening to you, but rather, you are a vital co-creator of it all. Embracing this divine role means understanding that these universal laws are not external dictates, but inherent principles woven into the fabric of your being. You are already a co-creator, whether you acknowledge it or not. The question is whether you will wield this power consciously, with intention and understanding, or continue to let it manifest through unconscious patterns and beliefs. This profound realization calls you to step into your inherent power, recognizing the immense responsibility and breathtaking potential that comes with understanding your true identity. But how do we begin to actively harness this creative energy when our minds are still so accustomed to the old patterns of passive observation and a sense of being apart from everything? Chasing desire with frantic energy often leaves you empty, a constant state of reaching and never quite arriving. This isn't simply about wanting something. It's about the desperate ache behind the want, a feeling that you're lacking, that something essential is missing. This emotional plea, fueled by perceived scarcity, sends out a chaotic signal. It's like shouting at the universe, begging for what you believe you don't have, which in turn only amplifies the very feeling of lack you're trying to escape, creating a frustrating cycle of energetic dissonance. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, responds not to our desperate pleas, but to our dominant vibration. When our energy is steeped in need, it attracts more need. It's a subtle but critical distinction. This difference between wishing with all your heart and aligning with the hum of creation. We must learn to move beyond the whirlwind of intense, often negative, emotions that accompany raw desire. This is where the clarity of law comes in. Instead of a desperate wish, law-based manifestation becomes an act of understanding and gentle alignment. It's about grasping the fundamental principles that govern how energy and reality interact. Think of it less as forceful asking and more as a quiet, confident invitation. You're not forcing the door open, you're learning the secret knock. By consciously shifting your vibration, tapping into a state of inner stillness, you begin to create a powerful resonance. This isn't about ignoring difficulties, but about cultivating an inner knowing that what you seek is already in motion, already a part of the grand design, waiting for you to match its frequency. This deliberate shift in your energetic output is the key to finally receiving the universe's reply. Not through frantic begging, but through harmonious accord. But how do we truly cultivate this inner stillness when the external world constantly pulls us in so many directions? We often imagine growth as climbing a ladder, but life's grand design is far more elegant, more akin to a magnificent spiral. This upward path means we don't simply leave past challenges behind. We revisit them, but from a new, elevated perspective. Each time we encounter a familiar echo of doubt or limitation, it's not a sign of failure to progress. Instead, it's an invitation to integrate the wisdom we've gained. Think of it this way. You might face the same relationship patterns, career crossroads, or personal struggles, but with each revolution of the spiral, your consciousness is higher. You have more tools, more understanding, more of the universal truths now woven into your being. This is the essence of personal growth, an unfolding revelation that continually rewrites our experience of reality. Each hermetic principle we've explored, from mentalism to causation, isn't a standalone lesson. They are building blocks, each one seamlessly integrating into the next. This continuous integration deepens our awareness, allowing us to perceive the world and our place within it with ever-increasing clarity. This spiraling journey of inner transformation is how we learn to truly decode the universe's subtle yet profound replies. As we evolve, shedding old perspectives and embracing new ones, the cosmic messages become not just clearer, but more personal. It's a dance of becoming, where the universe whispers back what we've learned to hear. But what happens when this inner clarity starts to ripple outwards, affecting the very fabric of our external world in ways we never anticipated? The universe is constantly responding to you, not with thunderous pronouncements, but with subtle nudges and inner knowing. It's a gentle conversation, a continuous whisper woven into the fabric of your being. This quiet revelation unfolds not in grand, dramatic moments, but in the stillness between breaths, in that fleeting intuition that guides your next step. It's about learning to recognize these celestial signposts, understanding that every choice, every thought, sends ripples into the cosmic ocean. And the ocean, in turn, sends its gentle currents back to you. To truly hear this silent reply, we must cultivate stillness daily. Imagine creating a sanctuary within yourself, a quiet space where the clamor of the world fades away. This isn't about escaping reality, but about creating a conscious pause, a sacred moment to intentionally attune to the silent hum of creation. In these moments of profound quiet, the universe's voice becomes audible, not as words, but as a feeling, a knowing, a gentle alignment that clarifies your path. As you practice, you will learn to discern the universal reply from the noise of the ego. This is where profound peace and clarity begin to blossom. You'll start to trust the subtle indicators, the gut feelings, the synchronicities that once felt like mere chance. This newfound discernment is the key to navigating life's complexities with grace. Understanding that the answers you seek are already within you, waiting patiently to be heard. But what happens when this inner stillness and clarity begin to manifest in the external world, shaping your reality in ways you never imagined? Make sure to subscribe for more videos and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new video. We'll see you in the next one.